Hello. So in the last session we studied about the scope of lectures, in which we already studied about introduction, the syntax of inheritance, inheritance in access specifier, in which we study about public inheritance, protected inheritance and private inheritance. Let us move on to type of inheritance. Single, multiple and multi-levels. What are these? So type of inheritance, basically it is more than 3 types and hierarchical and all that. Then basically in your curriculum it is only 3 type of inheritance you will study about: single inheritance, multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance. So what is actually a single inheritance? A single inheritance, it is a type of inheritance which have one base class and one derived class. So single inheritance, it is defined as a type of inheritance which have a one base class and one derived class. So suppose this is class A, which is a base class and which is inherited to class B, and this is the derived class of this base class. So here is an example of single inheritance that basically see from a word single, it is derived from one base class and one derived class. So it is basically a type of inheritance which is one base class and derived class, in which see a common example. If you see a common example that class B inherited from class A, class B is inherited from class A, since class B is a derived class and class A is the base class. So here the common basic introduction about the single inheritance, in which we see that class B is the derived class which is inherited from the base class, that is class A. So now let us take a very simple example how to code in C++ programming, that how to inherit single inheritance in form of C++. So here I already defined a code symbolizing which is stored the student name and the year of birth. So I derived a class, a base class name as person. In public mode, I return pass a person, in which we pass an argument of string name of the student and int the year of birth. That is integer data type. We use a different data type because in the name we use a string, that is a combination of words. Combination of characters, you can say. In programming language, you can say character combination of characters. So it is because the name of character is name stored as Ram. So it's not a single character of RAM. So it is a now it becomes string. So combination of character is string. So here we define in case of name SZ student's name, and in the year of birth it is defined in the practical form, that is suppose year of birth is 2000, 29/3/2000. So it is form of data type integer data type. So it is defined in integer data type. Inside this class in the public mode, m of SZ of name is equal to m student of name, and m of year of birth is equal to year of student. That is string of m of Z is the last name and integer of m of year of birth is the year of birth. Now we have to print the student name and the year of the birth. So void print. We don't have any space in memory. We have to create a space, that is we create a space in the memory to print the following name and the year of the birth of the student, which are already introduced in a class base class person and inside the public mode. So see out last name of Z of name, what is the last name of the student, and the indel function, that is the end of the line. The line after printing the student name, that suppose the Ram Vyas. So in case of last name, it is printing as Vyas, and then end of the line. In first line, then it come to the new line. Then another statement, COUT statement, then common output statement, that year of birth, that is year of birth of Intel. The year, what is the year of birth it is? If the, suppose the year of birth, let us take example of 29/3, so it is printed in the screen 29/03/2000. So in the new line it is printed the year of the birth and the student last name, because the last we already introduced in the case of name, it is printed in the last name, and the year of birth as a flat of in the string already in the integer data type and a string data type. So here in the void blanks we already stated in the last name of the student, that is the Vyas, Ram Vyas. We are not printing the first name, we are printing the last name of the student and the Vyas, and then again in the Intel line is coming to the new line and is print the date of the year of the birth. Suppose date of the birth is 29/3/2000. So it is printing in the new line. So here is the output of this gram. Now in the protected mode, we studies the phone number of the student who is taking admission in a university. So a phone number of the student who is taking university, so it is in a protected mode, because in a public mode we already discussed about you cannot inherit from the base class. You can inherit from a derived class, but you cannot inherit from the derived of derived class. So we cannot derive from derived to derived class in case of protected inheritance. But in case of public inheritance, yes, you can get access from the derived to derived classes. Now in case if you write, suppose if you write the for in the case of protected, here in the case of protected mode, if you write the derived class of this is the base class. If they write the derived class of this function, derived class, if you make a class as a derived class, then the derived class is introduced as a class of student who is taking wish to take admission in the university. So suppose we are writing the name of the student, so just publicly what is the name of the class that already introduced the base class, then the class of person, and then in the public mode of derived class we introduce string as Z of university. Here the end of the line. So in the derived class we use, because from university name you can access the person or the student who is studying here and the year of birth and their name and their last name and date of the birth of the student. So here the common example of single inheritance is that you can only have one base class, that is the base class person, and one derived class, that is the class of student. So here in this case of example, the single inheritance exhibits that it is a type of inheritance which have only one base class and have one derived class. So here the common example for the single inheritance. Now coming to the multiple inheritance. So हम पढ़ेंगे अब दूसरा type of inheritance, that is multiple inheritance. तो मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस होता क्या एक्चुअली हम देखेंगे, पहले हम डेफिनेशन पार्ट देख लेते हैं व्हाट इज मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस. सो इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस, इट इज द टाइप ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस in which when a derived class inherits the properties of the multiple classes, then we can say it is a multiple inheritance. तो हमने देखा कि सिंगल इनहेरिटेंस में एक सिंगल बेस क्लास था, एक डिराइव्ड क्लास था. सो मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस में बहुत सारे क्लासेस से एक इनहेरिट होता है क्लास, जिससे हम मल्टीपल क्लासेस से जिसे हम मल्टी लेवल इनहेरिटेंस कहते हैं. जैसे हम सपोज करें एक सिस्टमेटिक ब्लॉक डायग्राम बनाया हम, तो हम रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे 4 क्लासेस और उससे एक नई क्लास बनाएंगे, दैट इज़ आवर डिराइव्ड क्लास. सो सपोज हम इसका नाम देते हैं क्लास ए, क्लास बी, क्लास सी एंड क्लास डी, और इसका नाम देते हैं क्लास ई. तो ये हमारे बेस क्लासेस हैं. ए बी सी डी इज कंसिडर्ड एज ए बी सी डी आर बेस क्लासेस. whereas class E is a derived class. So इन सभी की प्रॉपर्टी इनहेरिट करके ये फाइनली ई क्लास बना है, दैट इज दैट आवर डिराइव्ड क्लास। तो ये फंक्शन मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस में होता है। तो ये में से कह सकते हैं कि सिस्टमैटिक ब्लॉक डायग्राम ऑफ मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस, जिसमें कि हम देखें कि बहुत सारे क्लासेस, मल्टीपल क्लासेस, यहाँ मल्टीपल क्लासेस इज नॉट मोर देन वन क्लासेस, इट इज बेसिकली लॉट ऑफ क्लासेस, you introduce 6 classes, 7 classes, 10 classes like this, and from using that classes you can inherit a single class, that is the derived class. So सारी की प्रॉपर्टी यूज करके हम वो derived class बना सकते हैं। यहाँ पे एक मैंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया है 3 क्लास A, B, C, D। ये तीनों क्लास एक बेस क्लास का काम यहाँ कर रहे हैं, जिसमें in which I introduced inside a class A, introduced integer. The data type of that class A is integer, is the data type. You can add a string, character and float according to the situation, according to the logic. आप उसमें जो भी data type डालना चाहेंगे आप डाल सकते हैं। तो integer m of I of a of integer of a, that shows the data type function in inside it we define m of I of a and I of a. In class B, similarly, whatever done in class A, similarly we done in class B and class C as well, in which we also all the 3 classes we define an integer as is data type. So data type here is integer, in which we also introduce the same thing, that integer data type of m of dash of I of a, that is m of integer passing argument of integer inside a function. So m of I of a, that is I of b. In class C also we defined integer data type of m of I of c, that is c of integer function of I of c, and m of I of c of I of c, that is how the base classes of the functions. So from here you can derive here see 3 type of classes. So let's take what is the derived class, what is the final class. If in the systematic block diagram we see the 4 type of classes A, B, C, D, and if you want to add some more classes, it is beneficial. If not, it's perfectly fine. तो अगर हम इसमें और क्लास मिला दें तो इससे आप इससे उसकी प्रॉपर्टी यूज करके एक नया क्लास बना सकते हैं। हम फिलहाल अभी 3 क्लासेस को देख के एक नई डिराइव्ड क्लास बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो हमारा एक डिराइव्ड क्लास कैसे होना चाहिए? डिराइव्ड क्लास में हमने कहा है कि सारी की प्रॉपर्टीज इनहेरिट करके एक नया क्लास बनाना चाहिए। तो हम एक डिराइव्ड क्लास इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जिसका class A, B, C. Here the class, because we are using the 3 type of classes, A class, B class and C class. So A, B, C, in which we define all the public functions. जितने भी पब्लिक मोड में क्लास A है, पब्लिक मोड में क्लास B है, पब्लिक मोड में क्लास C है। तो पब्लिक ऑफ A, पब्लिक ऑफ B, पब्लिक ऑफ C. So here we define a class, a derived class, classes which inherits the properties of multiple classes, जो कि इनहेरिट कर रहा है ABC प्रॉपर्टीज और एक नया क्लास बना रहा है ABC. सो पब्लिक A, पब्लिक B, पब्लिक C, तो तीनों क्लासेस के मोड पब्लिक मोड में है। तो इसके वजह से हम क्या करेंगे कि इंटीजर यहाँ, क्योंकि सारे डाटा टाइप हमने यूज़ किए इंटीजर में, तो ऑब्वियसली जो हमारा डिराइव्ड क्लास होगा वो भी इंटीजर डाटा टाइप में होगा। तो इंटीजर ऑफ A, B, C, here in a comment line you can add, it is beneficial to add in the examination point of view, that here you can access the data of m of I of A, m of I of B and m of I of C. आपके बेस क्लास A, B, C के जितने भी इंफॉर्मेशन और डेटा अवेलेबल्स होंगे उस क्लास के अंदर पब्लिक मोड्स में, वो सारे इंफॉर्मेशन आपको डिराइव्ड क्लास में, उनकी सारी प्रॉपर्टी आपको डिराइव्ड क्लास में मिल जाएगी। तो बेसिकली हमने सिंगल इनहेरिटेंस में देखा कि एक बेस क्लास था, एक डिराइव्ड क्लास था, जिसमें हमने एक बेस क्लास में एक स्टूडेंट का नाम, उसका ईयर ऑफ बर्थ दिया, इन पब्लिक मोड में, प्राइवेट मोड में बच्चे का फ़ोन नंबर दिया, एंड इन द डिराइव्ड क्लास विच इन द यूनिवर्सिटी नेम. सो वी can access the base class from derived class as well. If the name of university is Zakir Hussain, suppose Zakir Hussain College of Commerce. If it is the name of the university, so we have a list of the students who are studying in Zakir Hussain College of Commerce. So we can access the name, the year of the birth of a particular student if it's search, or we can use the derived class from using a class which is storing a student name, year of birth, and this phone number. So in the case of multiple inheritance as well, we derive with three type of different classes which inherit the properties of a multiple classes. And in the derived classes, we inherit a class of A, B, C, because we introduce three type of classes. So public of A, public of B, public of C, तीनों की public function को मिला देंगे, और जितने भी डाटा inheritance होते हैं we can access easily in MF A, MF B, or MF of C. So here the basic concept and the conceptual part of multiple inheritance.